Hi. The basics of HIV 101 is as simple as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? So at the end of this lecture, the learner should be able to explain the basic knowledge about HIV/AIDS, its mode of transmission, and means of prevention. So why are we talking about HIV? It's because nowadays, as far as this statistics from the HIV/AIDS Art Registry of the Philippines is concerned, the HIV epidemic is now described as fast and furious, where once it was described as low and slow. So it's as easy as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, everything that you should know about HIV and what you should be talking about when you're talking about HIV. So the first one is, what is HIV? So HIV is the human immunodeficiency virus. First of all, it is a virus. And I is immunodeficiency, which means it weakens the immune system. And H is human, it is transmitted from another human. If you have HIV, then that means somebody gave it to you. So there are two types of HIV, HIV-1 and HIV-2, and it is HIV that causes AIDS in humans. So number 2 is, what are the stages of HIV infection? So as far as the WHO is concerned, there is a spectrum of 4 stages of HIV infection. However, we can really cut it down to 2: HIV infection and AIDS. Stage 1 is asymptomatic, stage 2 is mild disease, and stage 3 is far advanced disease, where you have a patient who can range from asymptomatic to mildly symptomatic as HIV infection. Whereas when you have full-blown AIDS already, it's stage 4. How is HIV different from AIDS? AIDS is an acronym for Acquired Immune Deficiency Syndrome. Acquired meaning transmitted from person to person. Immune means the body's system of defense is severely lacking, is unable to protect itself from foreign invaders. And syndrome is a group of signs and symptoms, wherein one person who has all of these signs and symptoms would probably have AIDS. The immune system is made up of antibodies and antigens. So when you have an antigen, the body develops antibodies that can act against these antigens. It's like the army guarding the borders of a state, wherein your immune system sends cells out to protect its borders from foreign invasion. The problem with HIV is that it attacks these soldiers, this army of cells, no, that allows you to mount protection against these foreign invaders. HIV uses the CD4 lymphocytes to multiply itself and destroys these cells at the end, so that when you have a higher amount of HIV in your body, you would have less amount of your CD4 cells, and your body loses its ability to protect itself against opportunistic infections. Number 3 is, what are the 3 modes of transmission of HIV infection? The HIV can be transmitted through unprotected penetrative sexual intercourse or through infusion of infected blood. Or the third is from an infected mother to her unborn child, during pregnancy, during labor and delivery, or during breastfeeding. Okay? There is a spectrum of risk during sexual intercourse, from no risk during masturbation, low risk during oral sex and vaginal sex without a condom, to the highest risk during anal sex without a condom. The 4 body fluids that transmit HIV are semen, vaginal fluids, blood, and breast milk. And there are principles of HIV transmission, meaning exit of the virus from the host, survival and sufficiency, and entry of the virus into the new host. As far as survival is concerned, you have to have the correct temperature, atmosphere, moisture, or acidity to ensure that the virus survives. And HIV is not transmitted by insect bites, sharing toilet seats, or kissing, sharing utensils for eating, or even touching or hugging. Number 5 is how we prevent HIV infection, and it's as easy as A, B, C, D, E. A is for abstinence. You wait for your one true love. B is for being faithful, but you have to be mutually faithful to your one true love. C is to check your status by getting tested. You have to know your status to be linked to treatment, prevention, care, and support. If you are already HIV positive, then you can use correct and consistent use of condoms to reduce the risk of transmitting HIV to your partner. D is don't inject drugs. Once you pop, you can't stop. And E is to educate yourself and others for early detection. Okay? So this slide is how I end my lecture because I would like to tell you that HIV will end with me. This guy is HIV positive and got HIV from his parents who were both HIV infected. He has been taking antiretroviral drugs for the whole of his life. Fortunately for him, he was able to find his one true love and was faithful, and taking antiretroviral drugs with undetectable viral load, his wife maintained his HIV negative status even after through 3 pregnancies. All of his 3 beautiful children are HIV negative, and he says that having a negative family can be the most positive thing in your life. Thank you.